5 in the morning. I am walking to Sofia International Bus Station. I found a bus to NIS in Serbia, a few hours away, and that is going to be where I start my journey over to Sarajevo and eventually to home.
And from Sofia, Bulgaria, it's only a 2-hour drive or a 3-hour bus ride, pretty much north up to Niš, Serbia, one of the closest major cities, the second biggest city in Serbia. And this is me going to the February 12th museum, aka the Red Cross concentration camp. And I was a little leery to take this as my very first stop in Niš, but it was the only thing to the north of the bus station, so I wanted to check that out first. I was obviously very careful with recording my videos here to pay respect for the memorial and all the people who had lost their lives. From what I read, it's one of the most well-preserved concentration camps still in Europe and the only one in the former Yugoslavia. Obviously, it's a very heavy thing, and it only takes 20 or 30 minutes to go through the whole museum, which is pretty much just one building that you can go inside. You can always read up more about that online. And then I walked to the south, or at least south of the bus station, wanting, of course, to go through some of the common neighborhoods in Niš and see where the normal people in Niš live. And it's obviously not a glamorous city by any means. I also came up on the market here, the biggest market in Niš. The Balkans have a lot of these different markets where you can get fresh fruits and vegetables, and then just other random stuff like clothing. The next thing I came across was the historic Niš fortress, the walls that used to surround the city. There are 4 gates here. That is the Belgrade Gate, the north-facing gate, facing the capital of Serbia, Belgrade. You can go across any of the picturesque bridges in Niš, and of course all the way up and down the river. There's just nothing but beautiful architecture. There's all sorts of monuments, statues, and all that kind of stuff. So I went past all that as I walked to my second main stop, which is going to be the Skull Tower, which could have been as heavy as the Red Cross concentration camp. However, the Serbians have surrounded behind this and used it as a source of inspiration, because years ago, when they were under Ottoman rule, there was a brigade of Serbian soldiers who were fighting back against the Ottomans. They ended up all dying at their own hand just to be refusing to be taken as slaves, and the Ottomans stacked up all their skulls here to try to deter Serbians from fighting back, but instead they used it as a rallying cry and something they could get behind.
Serbia, walking down the road, and this car is running. There's no one in it. I'm very tempted, just for the story, to hop in and drive this sucker a mile down the road, because I have to go a mile down the road. What a story would that be? That I stole a car in Serbia.
But obviously I didn't steal a car, because that would obviously be a bad idea in any country, especially in the Balkans, where I don't know how they punish you for that kind of thing. From there, I went ahead and knocked out a couple coffee shops. I went to this one, Anti-Cafe, just because the name was so cool. And it was very interesting because you could actually go in here and pay for time, which means you could play like their PlayStation or the ping pong table, or play darts or something like that, instead of getting a coffee. You could also get free cookies. The second one I went to was this vinyl shop / cafe, which had a great aesthetic. It was on the second floor overlooking the main street in Niš. The only thing that was a bummer about that was that it was a smoking restaurant inside, and a lot of the Balkans still have restaurants and cafes and stuff like that where you can smoke inside. And the main reason I didn't love that is because I didn't want my clothes to have to get covered in that smell.
Here we are, having spent roughly a day in Niš, Serbia, and this place is beautiful. A lot of things online said no reason to go there, nothing to see, but there's a handful of super cool things to see. But just the whole ambiance, the aesthetic, everything is kind of gorgeous and kind of chill. I wouldn't necessarily say like go out of your way, but if it's a place you can stop, you definitely should. I just really, really love it. I wish I had time to make some friends here, because if I had time to make some friends here, I'm sure they could even show me some more really cool things in this area. I would really love to know what the people that live in Niš are into. Yeah, this was great.